going on, everyone? This is day number 128, and it's just been an interesting journey the last couple of days. Also, the reason why I say it's interesting, I've been listening to Founders Podcast, which is a guy who reads biographies and he summarizes them and takes the best learning lessons from their biographies. And I listened to two recently, Bill Gates last night and Elon Musk, and how they work. And one of the common threads that I see between them is their complete obsession, with their mission and their focus of what they're building. For Bill Gates, it was to be the best and to completely dominate the software industry, to the point where he was even obsessed with killing his competitors and just completely dominating, every single competitor, and just really being at the top, and they hyper obsess, and they led from the front. That's another thing, because they're mission critical. They're willing to be, a frontline general, meaning they wouldn't just control and lead the army from the back, but they would actually be in front, battling with them, leading the army, and not delegating. They didn't like delegation or outsourcing. One of the key things is, keeping control, because and making decisions quick and fast. And even though some of their a lot of their decisions didn't go right, more of them went right than wrong, right? So they take complete responsibility for both success and failure of the company. And another thing is that I noticed about Elon is that is completely simplifying everything. Cutting costs was a big thing, because at scale, those little tiny things that seem like they're small things, actually when multiplied becomes a grand thing, and actually in terms of cost can cost billions of dollars, and in terms of production and scale can cause real problems and slow things down dramatically, right? So that's why the details mean so much. And really, if we're sold out on our mission and our purpose, whatever it is, we'll do whatever it takes, to get the job done. And we should welcome conflict and resistance, because it pushes us to really get to the truth of the matter, right? So many of us are so scared of conflict or resistance, because we feel we want to be nice and we want to be liked by everyone. But when we're part of completing a mission, for me, I really believe that no founder and no world-changing idea should be left behind, and so that's why I'm building this platform, is because I believe that that's true. I believe in that statement. So I really have to continue to even give myself that kind of scrutiny of discipline, of all-in focus, and everybody around me has to be part of that mission, or they're gone, and so I'm not saying my family or whatever, but I'm saying people who I work with, right? And I can't allow people who are not all in on that to be part of it, or tell me, oh, this is right or this is wrong. I'm okay with questioning their questions, and creating some sort of, whatever debate or conflict. But if they're just all out negative and their attitude is not mission centered, and they're not part of the mission, they don't believe in the mission, then, they're, what do you call it? Resistance toward whatever it is I'm building is not even important, right? So, but if it's for the mission and purpose of what I'm building, then I'm open to it, and I'm willing to be, given question and, pushback on what it is that I'm building, right? So, because we're all focused on getting there as fast as humanly possible. And if I don't build it, then nobody else will. That's the mentality that, these great people thought, is if I don't do this, nobody else will, right? So today just gonna focus on, again, continuing to build, and not just taking complete direction from ChatGPT, but also implementing my own 2 cents on it, because even yesterday when I was developing it, there was an error in terms of the navigation where it would click on one thing or start on one page, and then it was actually the wrong page that it was starting on. So I asked, hey, isn't this wrong? And then there's like, oh yeah, you're right, it shouldn't be this way. So even with AI, you can't fully trust it. You have to, at the end of the day, if it's got to be, it's up to me, right? So yeah, that's one of my main takeaways. I'll keep you guys posted on the rest of the journey today, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, guys, this is the end of day number 128, and yeah, today I was gonna say on the road to the Billions Club. I just don't want to say that anymore, because not that we're not on the road to the Billions Club, it's just more so like I'm thinking about calling it Builder at this point, in terms of like the platform that I'm building. And not too sure. I mean, maybe the parent company will be, or the parent, community or company will be the Billions Club. But really, what I'm building is a platform, and hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. Well, when I solidify a name, and today I was working on, building the MVP on Flutterflow, and got to the point where now we can create a post. So it's just the very beginning stages, just getting used to doing some really no-code app building on this platform. And it's cool to see how this works, and I was talking about yesterday or today earlier about how I was listening to summaries of like biographies by this guy that runs the Founders podcast. Talks about Bill Gates, how since when he was young and he had access to the computer, he would literally code sometimes for like 3 days straight, and sleep at the computer, and not take a shower and just take a break to eat pizza. But really, he would code all day and night, and he was doing everything from when he first started his company. He was doing all the coding, and then he was also securing clients, and he was literally doing everything that he had to do. And he would often, find Bill sleeping at his desk underneath his table, right, coding away, right? So I think, the key is, I think for me, I got to spend some time coding in the mornings, and then, marketing at night, maybe adding like a few more users a day, at least on the school community as we're building, and share with them what I'm building every single day. Okay, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm building, and then, share the journey and the progress, right? Taking screenshots and showing everybody, where I'm at and what I'm doing, and just to document the journey and to have everybody be involved with, actually progressing and building the community in the app, right? So that's what I'm thinking. There's a couple thoughts of like, what could be the easiest thing that these founders can do to document their journey, and I think just like what I'm doing right now, but instead of video, we can start with like maybe text, right? With an option of video, and then eventually down the road, have some sort of voice function where they can, just record a note, and then that note can be translated into text, and then and then also could be summarized, created into a document, even a video post, some sort of just the baseline is the content with the voice, and people can listen to the raw video like what I'm doing right now, or the raw voice note, and then also people could just read the text, in a summary, right, where it's all cleaned up a little bit, right? So yeah, and this allows, I don't know, that's just a thought that I had today. And another thing that I was thinking of is Bill Gates and a lot of these people who are leaders of companies that build big companies always set time away to think, and just like Bill Gates, on his way to and from work, he wouldn't listen to the radio. He would just be in silence and really think. And then sometimes there's many nights that Elon Musk, he just sat there sitting up in his bed, just thinking, staring at the wall, and really thinking through problems. And so a lot of foundational, world-changing leaders are like that, right? I thought today, instead of listening to a podcast on the way home, I would just yeah, like just sit in my thoughts. And this is where that idea came from, of the voice notes and stuff. And I was thinking about that before too, and just came back to it. So yeah, I think that's a key thing to implement, you know, having some time to think and to go through, you know, your ideas and thoughts and things that you learned about today, and different things like that that you can really implement to, you know, really fulfill the mission that you're fulfilling. So so yeah, if you guys are a founder that wants to be part of building this community, this platform, you know, for founders, you can go to tbclub.ca, and look forward to seeing you guys there.